Where to go? Okay, so once again, we're doing our weekly tarot readings, and once again, the format is going to be, first I'm going to do a general reading for an overall week, for just in general, and then if anybody's on, we can do personal readings for a little bit. Okay, so I'm just shuffling the cards here while I'm waiting for people to pop on. Usually it only takes them about 5 minutes to get on here, so let's give them about 5 more minutes. See if we can actually get people to come on this time around. Whistling, whistling. Not seeing anybody. But we'll wait until about 3 o'clock. Wait until 3 o'clock. That's usually when I pop on, so we'll wait until then to get going. While I'm doing that, I can shuffling the deck, and I'm using the Shadowscapes deck once again. Alright, if you get just 1 or 2 people, I'd be perfectly happy with that. Give a few more minutes to come on. And if nobody comes in by 3 o'clock, we'll just get started with the basic reading. And then as soon as I'm done with that, we'll wait about 5 more minutes and see if anybody comes on. And if nobody does, then we'll be done. Okay. I've had a really productive morning, and I'm having a very good birthday today, so if nobody comes on, I'll be perfectly fine. Because I'll still be getting a reading for myself. Because I'm going to be actually doing a year reading for me, because this is the beginning of my new year, because today is my birthday. I'm turning 30 today. Big year, supposedly. I'm not really getting it, but yeah, big year, supposedly. So, give it a few more minutes, like 3 more minutes, and if nobody shows up, then I'll just start with the basic reading. And if somebody shows up in the middle of that, then I'll reiterate that you can get your own readings. And donations are accepted. I'm perfectly amiable towards donations. You don't have to give them. Just let me know if you would like to get a reading in the comments below. And if for some reason you miss this, I do put most of my readings, if I can, up on YouTube. And if you see this on YouTube, this also applies to you. If you miss this and you're seeing it by playback, just throw me a line, and I'd be totally willing to do another video for just you. If you're willing, just give me a message. Let me know if you want one. And if we're doing videos for just singular people, I can get into a lot more detail with your readings that way. So 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. 3 o'clock is the cutoff time for me getting started. So I've been shuffling this deck for about 5 minutes now. Nobody's on at this point, but I'm going out to dinner tonight with my family for my birthday, so I'm excited. I got dressed up and everything. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got this Swarovski crystal heart that my mother gave me. Gosh, was it 10 years ago, I think? My mother's passed away since then, but it's one of the my favorite gifts I got from her. I've also got a necklace from her that I got when she passed away as well. But she always used to make a big deal about our birthdays and how they were in February and how red was the color of the day. She loved red in general, so. Okay, so 1 more minute and then we'll get started. Just wanted to give you plenty of time to get on if you have the time. I could actually do YouTube videos and this all at the same time, but I'm not going to trust technology that far. Okay, so now it's 3 o'clock, so let's get this started. So what I'm going to be doing for all you guys run in the playback is I'm going to do a 3-card reading for the beginning, middle, and end of the next week. Just a general reading for the energy that's surrounding this week. and all that good stuff. So let's get started. Beginning, middle, and end of this next week. So for your first card for the beginning of your week is the Emperor reversed. And for the middle part of your week is going to be the Ace of Cups reversed. And then the last card for the end of the week is a right side up card, which is the first one this week, is the King of Cups. So that's your basic layout for this week. And the beginning of your week, since it's a reverse card, once again, when I do reverses, it's not the meaning of the card that changes, it's just the stage it plays out on. The Emperor is all about being in control, keeping things on a steady keel. It's a very heavy masculine energy. It's a very active card, I think. It's just keeping things in control, making sure things stay in the boundaries, you're in control. I almost want to say this is, let's see, based on the rest of your cards, there's a lot of emotions going on about this, but maybe someone, you're laying down the law with someone, or you're laying down the law with yourself and saying this is how it's going to turn out. You're maybe keeping a budget, or you're keeping a schedule, or you're putting things down in writing that what is going to happen. You're going to say, this is how my week's going to be like. It's almost like doing affirmations in the morning. You're saying how your week's going to go, and that's how it's going to go, and that's how it's going to stay. That kind of thing. That's kind of a heavy authoritarian view of this, is the beginning of your week. That's how you're starting your week. And then moving into the middle of the week is kind of like the Ace of Cups, is about your emotions maybe concerning this laying down the law. You're having a lot of new emotions. The emotions are coming up. Having a new relationship with yourself, maybe. Taking a different view on this kind of thing. So maybe you're having, you're saying this is how your week's going to go, and this is how you're having different feelings about it. Is you're having a relationship with yourself, a different one, a new one. And what this card is mostly about is having it's an internal card, so it's a relationship with yourself. And I think it actually plays into the narrative that you're starting your week, you know how you want. Can't talk today. Not well anyway. You have a narrative for how your week is going to go, and in order for that to play out the way it's supposed to, the way it's going to, you're going to have to reaffirm your emotions with yourself. Maybe you're having to decide how you feel about yourself a little bit differently, that sort of thing. It's very internal, thought-provoking things that are going on right now. Maybe you've affirmations that you've been saying to yourself, or you've been starting to say affirmations, or you're starting to make real big positive steps to where you want to be, and it's causing you to maybe change the way that you view yourself, or to change the way you relate to yourself. I'm not seeing the Hanged Man in here, so there's not a lot of changing of perspective exactly. But it's just your emotions surrounding your relationship with yourself are maybe shining a little brighter, and maybe they're coming into play a little bit more. And in the end of your week, this is a right side up cup, King of Cups. The King of Cups is about, this is a very masculine, heavy, orderly kind of card. Is that he keeps his emotions where they're supposed to be. Like, you're having new emotions that are coming up, and your emotions are coming up internally, but externally you're not necessarily repressing your emotions, but you're just putting them in the correct boxes. You're maybe you're having all these emotions that are showing up, and these are not necessarily good emotions that are coming up. Maybe you're having these affirmations that you're saying you were taking some really good steps towards it, and sometimes you might have some, what's the word? Resistance towards that. You might having some resistance feelings, some negative feelings that are popping up. A lot of emotions are getting stirred up, and then you're having to say, hey, having a new relationship, having a better relationship is more important, and I need to make sure that I'm putting in my emotions in the right place, and I'm actually having the correct feelings about this, recognizing for what they are, experiencing them, and then letting them go, letting them flow away from me. Letting your emotions flow through you rather than having them stay stagnant and remain in you as experiencing them forever, that sort of thing. So this is basically a natural progression. You've set down the line, you're having emotions about it, and then you're dealing with those emotions. That's what this is. This is a pretty heavy week. Heavy on the masculine, heavy on the but it's also heavy on the emotions as well. Which can, for some people, seem counterproductive, but in this week, you're going through the progression of thought and emotions and actions, and that's pretty much how your week. It looks like a good week, maybe a hard, tough week for some people. For those people who are a little bit more on the emotional side, or who don't, I don't know how to put this without offending a lot of people, but who are on more of the feminine side of things, where they don't want to repress their emotions. They're very heavy emotional people. Maybe they're learning to tamper down on their emotions a little bit and let them I'm repeating myself at this point, but that's basically what the week is going to be. Sounds like a pretty good week. Might be a very tough week, but a good week. And in the end, you'll probably be learning a lot more about yourself and learning to have a better relationship with yourself. And this is just part of the growing pains of that. So that's pretty much your week so far. Coming up this next Monday, which is, I don't think Valentine's Day falls on that, I don't think. Let me see. Valentine's Day, actually, it does fall into that. So it falls into the Valentine's Day. So I hope you guys have a good week. Have a good Valentine's Day. I don't see anybody popping up on the screen saying that they're listening. So I'll give this about 5 more minutes, and then I'll be popping off. But once again, the cards are, let me just reiterate them for you, is the Emperor reversed is the beginning of your week. And then the middle of your week is the Ace of Cups, also reversed. And then the last part of your week is going to be the King of Cups, and this one is right side up. Okay? So, in about 5 minutes, this is actually the part where people, if they're going to come on, I would be very willing to do some readings for you guys, because now we've got through the basic reading of the week. Give you about 5 more minutes until about 3:15, and then I'll be popping off saying good day and have a happy week. So let's get these cards shuffled back in here and shuffle this up a bit. And after I'm done here, I'm going to be doing my yearly reading for me, because today is my birthday. So just giving you about 5 more minutes, and then I'll be kicking off. So if somebody shows up in the next 5 minutes, we'll do a reading for them if they'd like one. Okay. Hello. And it shows us there's someone on here, but they're not logged in. So if you're not logged in, I can't do a reading for you, or at least I can't see you, so I can't do that for you unless you're logged in. But we've done the basic reading for the week, as I've seen in the beginning of this video. So I'm just going to wait for that four more minutes until 3:15, and then I'm going to pop off. Okay, shuffling the other deck here. But what you got for your reading for the one person that wasn't here, I've got them already shuffled up in here, but you got the Emperor reversed for the beginning of the week. Then you got the Ace of Cups for the middle of the week. And then the end of your week was the King of Cups, right side up. Those are your 3 cards for the next coming week. I do remember them. I can't show them to you because I've already shuffled them into the deck. But if you would like a reading, if you'd like to log in and let me know, I'd love to give you a reading. But as it is, there's only one person who's not logged in. Yeah, that person not logged in. Looking up here. I'd love to do readings for you, but you're not logged in, so kind of sucks. I scoot up here a little bit so you can actually see me. Not being too scandalous. So yeah, got about 4 more minutes, and then I'll be ending this broadcast. Not very exciting at this point. I'm just waiting and shuffling my cards and waiting for people if they come on. I think Wednesdays are not a very busy day, I guess. Or else they're a horribly busy day and there's just so many things that other people could be watching, and I'm just not that exciting, I guess. And my phone is moving because my couch is on a slope, so that's interesting. But yeah, so if anybody wants to log in and wants a reading, let me know. I'm very willing to do it in the next 2 or 3 more minutes that we have got on here, because I've got my cards shuffled up and all that good stuff. But, so, yep. I'm actually quite dull. But, yeah, the deck that I'm using is the Shadowscapes deck. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. It's actually one of my favorite cards right here is the Ace of Wands. Beautiful artwork. A friend of mine actually knows the artist, and these are all watercolors. And they're all full paintings. They're not just put on the cards. They're the actual full weight watercolor paintings, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And she has on her website, if you look up the Shadowscapes tarot deck, you can find her website and actually get full-on prints of her her tarot decks and other great art of hers. So about 2 more minutes I'm gonna be on here, and then I'm gonna kick off because I've still got to do my yearly reading for me, because today is my birthday, so that's my new year. That's when I do my new year reading. I don't do it in January because January is a little bit off for me, but that's what I'm going to be doing next. So about 2 more minutes on here, and then I'll be saying bye and hoping you have a good week. Got 1 more minute. Beautiful artwork. Another card. This actually is a really, really beautiful card, the Magician. I don't know how well you can see it, how pixelated it is on there, but it's a great card. I love the artwork on here. A lot of details to latch onto and a lot of beautiful artwork. 1 more minute. Okay. Well, I guess we'll close down at this point, since there's no one logging in and wanting a reading. So I'll hope you guys have a great week. I hope you have a great Valentine's Day, because that's coming up next week. So I hope you guys have a good week. Happy Valentine's Day, and see you next week or sooner if you want a reading before then. Okay, so see you guys later. Have a good week.